Hello. Today, we will be talking about the managing duplicate candidate profiles feature. So this is the admin page, the admin center page. From this page, you will be able to go to the manage duplicate candidates feature. And I will show you how you can do that. And I will talk a little bit about what this feature is and what exactly we can do with it. So as usual, we can use the tool search and I can type, for example, duplicate candidate. And this is the option, manage duplicate candidates. We can also use the recruiting option here and then pick this one, manage duplicate candidates. Let me just go here. Okay. So what is this feature about? So sometimes a candidate can create more than one candidate profile in recruiting. The system is designed to avoid those duplicate candidate profiles by requiring the candidate to double entry their email address, but there could be a situation when indeed we have a duplicate candidate profile. In such situations, you can merge the profiles into a single profile. We have two ways of doing this. So as an admin, you can come here to this page that I just opened, the Manage Duplicate Candidates, and I will talk a little bit about everything that we can do here on this page and what exactly the tabs are for. Or it is also possible to navigate to the candidate profile and then from the candidate profile come to this page directly. So either we use Admin Center or we are directly in a candidate profile and then from there we navigate to this page. So it will really depend. Coming to this page from Admin Center will be something that an admin excuse me, that an admin will be responsible for doing. However, keep in mind that from a candidate profile, it is also possible to come to this page. So what happens is that if the candidate profile is marked as a potential duplicate, the recruiter or the recruiting user will see a message, an alert message, and from that message, they can just click on the link and come directly to this page. They will land here in this potential duplicate candidates list, and then we can effectively merge the candidates if they are indeed a duplicate. A few things to keep in mind. We cannot undo a candidate merge. So once we merge two candidates, we cannot undo that. Only one pair of candidates can be merged at a time. You can't merge candidates in bulk or merge all candidates found by the duplicate search results at once. Duplicate candidates can only be merged from Admin Center, not from the candidate profile. So again, in the candidate profile, there will be an alert message if the system thinks that the candidate is a duplicate. But then what happens is that if you click on that warning message, you will be landing here on this page. This is the only page that allows us to actually merge the candidates. A combination of first name, last name, and address fields are used to identify a potential duplicate. The system also checks the email address and the primary phone to identify duplicate candidates. The phone number validation only applies to instances where mobile apply and or recruiting marketing is not enabled. So how exactly can we merge candidates and what is the meaning of these different tabs that I have here? So as you can see, I opened a page automatically. This is the tab that opens up for me, potential duplicate candidate. But I also have the manually merge duplicate candidates, and then I have some advanced options. So we will take a look at that later on. So let's talk a little bit about the potential duplicate candidates tab. So if you wish to be proactive about the duplicate candidate management, you can come to this tab and click in the update list. The system is going to search through the entire candidate database and attempt to find possible duplicate candidates. The comparison job can only can take a long time to run. So you have to be trained to initiate this job as part of the regular system maintenance. If you wish to use it and plan to come back in a few hours or the next day to work on the list of duplicates. This will obviously depend on the number of candidates that exist in the database, but keep in mind that it probably it will take a long time to run. So again, just plan to do this in advance. Come here, click on the update list, and then come back in a few hours or even the day after, so that you can actually do the comparison and decide if the candidates should actually be merged or not. So clicking, when you click on the update list, what will happen is that you will see here a list of the candidates, right? So as you can see, I only have one candidate that is a potential duplicate. So each row is going to represent a match of candidates. So if I had more candidates, I would have one candidate per row. So clicking on the on a line of the candidates, of the potential duplicate candidates, is going to allow you to compare the candidates' basic data side by side so that you can confirm that the candidates are actual duplicates. So here you have the candidate 1 email and the candidate 1 name, and then candidate 2 name, candidate 2 email. So as you can see, the name is the same. The email is very similar, but it's not exactly the same. So when I click on the line of the candidate, then I have this side-by-side comparison here. So here you are able to see the address for both, the city, the state, the zip code, and so on, and you are able to actually compare everything and make a decision if this is an actual duplicate or not. So you will be presented with this question: are these duplicate candidates? So you can reply yes, or you can reply no. If you select no, the candidates are marked off, so they won't appear in the potential duplicate list anymore. And the duplicate warning message isn't shown in the candidate profile anymore. So keep in mind that by actually clicking on the no, you are removing the candidate from this potential duplicates list. If you select yes, then you will be able to select the candidate that is going to be the master candidate. The master candidate is the candidate that will be retained. So if you say that, let's take a look at Jon Snow here on the left. If you say that Jon Snow is, this one is the master, then this is the profile that is going to be kept, the profile that has this email address here. And this one is going to be merged into this one. Keep in mind that if you are merging an external and an internal candidate, only the internal candidate has to be made the master candidate. So I am not going to click right away here so that we can continue the process, and because this is my only candidate, I will keep this here. But let's take a look at this manually merge duplicate candidates. So if you are aware of a specific candidate of a specific duplicate, you can come here into the manually merge duplicate candidates tab, search for each of the candidate profiles and perform the merge. The recruiting user can specify whether you can specify whether to search for an internal or an external candidate and then search by either email. So as you can see, I have here external and I have here internal. And then again, you will be prompted to select which candidate is going to become the master candidate. The master candidate profile is the profile that is going to be retained after the merge, as I mentioned before. If there's a conflicting data, such as like different phone numbers stored, for example, the data from the master candidate record is retained. Also, the primary email and the password from the master candidate will be retained. So as I mentioned, let's just take a look at this one again. As I mentioned, if you pick this one to be the master, this is the profile that is going to be retained. And as you can see, we have some conflicting data here. So although everything else looks exactly the same, the email is not the same. But what's going to happen is that because you are saying that this Jon Snow here on the left-hand side is the master one, then this is the email that is going to be retained. Okay, so let me just go back here. Once you select a master candidate, the user, you will be prompted to choose whether you would like to notify the candidate of the merge through an email. You can decide to notify the master candidate, the secondary candidate, or both candidates. Also keep in mind that you are able to edit the notification email that is going to be sent to the candidate. And this can be done in the recruiting emails triggers. In the recruiting email triggers, candidate merge notification. So once you actually merge the candidates, only the master candidate is going to appear in the candidate search results. If you search for the candidate in the candidate database, you will no longer see two candidates, you will only see one because you have merged them together. All applications associated with both profiles are now associated to the master profile. If the candidate applied to the same requisition twice with different profiles, the duplicate application exists. So you should disposition one and then proceed in the hiring process with the other one. So just keep this in mind and make sure to validate the applications that may exist. And then let me just go into this advanced option here. So this in advanced options here, this is just an additional setting that we have here. This is going to enforce additional candidate profile duplicity check upon the candidate profile creation. So if you check the box, the country and the region code and phone number will be checked. Okay, so check this option to prevent creating candidate profiles in the system when a candidate profile with the same phone, region code, and phone number already exists in the system. So this is just an extra layer of security, of duplicity check, actually. So by all means, take advantage of this option. And now I would like to go into recruiting because I want to show you how we can see as a recruiter, how we can see the warning message. So let me go into the candidate database. So I'm going to use this search by name here. I want to search by my Jon Snow. So see that I have here these two. So when I open one of those, we have this warning icon here. And you see this profile has been identified as a possible duplicate. Go to Manage Duplicate Candidates page to fix this. So again, as a recruiter, I don't have a possibility on this page to merge the candidates, but I do have a warning message. And if I just click here, this is a hyperlink, the system directs me to this Manage Duplicate Candidates page that we've just seen, and then I am able to actually select, compare the data, and then decide if there is a duplicate. So I'm going to click yes, because these indeed are duplicates. I am going to make this one my master. So see, select one, make master, make master. So now you can compare and you can make the decision who should be the master candidate. So if you know that this is the correct email, then you are going to keep this one. So make master. And now I have this this new section here about the notification that I just mentioned to you. So Jon Snow's profile on the right will be replaced by the profile on the left. Who do we want to notify? Notify the non-master. So that will be the Jon Snow on the right. Notify the master, Jon Snow on the left, or even notify both, or notify nobody. So I am going to notify both. And when I click here, no potential duplicates were found. So what happened is that because I just merged them together, there are no other potential duplicates found in the system. Okay. Make sure that you have the trigger to notify the candidates enabled. I did not have that trigger enabled, so my notification was actually not sent. But make sure that you go into recruiting emails, recruiting email triggers, and that you enable the trigger candidate merge notification, so that if you would like to notify the candidates, you can actually trigger that email to be sent out.